Good morning, Lions! Happy Wednesday to you! After just one day of school, we are already at the halfway mark for the week. Make it a great one. We want this week to wind up wonderful. You notice I have a special friend, and we'll talk about why he's with me later on. Today for lunch in the cafeteria is sausage pizza. It's going to have a little bit of a different crust, but I think you'll find it very, very tasty. Tomorrow for breakfast will be a breakfast burrito. Today, our temperatures should get up to 52 degrees. Still a little on the cool side, but much warmer than yesterday. Yesterday, that cold front moved in. It was wet and windy. Today, we're going to warm up to 52 by the end of the day. Around lunchtime, you can expect your temperatures to be 41 to 45 degrees, so you'll still probably want a jacket when you go outside. Currently, the temperature is and feels like 34 degrees because it's very calm and we don't have a lot of wind to cool it down. First thing I'd like to talk to you about is our behavior when we attend sporting events. We want you to go and support the Morrill High School teams, but what we would like our students to do is to sit in the stands. You can either sit with your parents or you can sit with your friends, but we ask you to cheer your team on, show your Lion pride, and to make sure that you have the very best manners so that everybody can enjoy the game. We don't want anyone getting hurt or we don't want anyone getting in trouble. So please do your part and sit up in the bleachers and cheer the team on. There's also a chance that you're going to learn something so that when you're in junior high and high school, you can be the person out on the field doing your very best. Today, I would like to recognize some students and teachers for random acts of kindness. This first shout out goes to Mrs. Carlson. Last night, I saw Mrs. Carlson and she was working on a project to help out another teacher. Thanks, Miss Carlson, for showing us how to be helpful. This morning, Mr. Britch helped Mrs. Homan. I dropped my drink and it went all over the floor. Mr. Britch helped me start wiping it up until I could get the mop. I really appreciate his help because I made a very big mess. Wasn't quite the way I wanted to start my day, but that's okay. I know that now that it's clean, I get to start over and I get to have a fresh start. So I'm going to face my day with a positive attitude. And third, I would like to recognize Owen Graham. Owen happened to find a Rotary coin when he was on his way to school. Owen picked the coin up because he knew that I was a Rotary member. I actually have a Rotary meeting today, so I can take the coin with me and find out who it belongs to. I have my coin on my keys, so sometime when you see me, ask me and I'll show you. Each time we have a meeting, we show our coins, and if you don't have your coin, you get $1. So Owen, your lucky find is going to help me save one of my friends from getting a fine for not having their coin at our meeting today. I really appreciate you being kind and finding out where to return it so that it can get returned to its rightful owner. So, Miss Carlson represents Duma, Mr. Britch represents Superbia, and Owen represents Fierte. All of those teams will be getting some extra points today for their great kindness. Remember, you earn points for your dens by earning tickets or getting positive office referrals. Sometimes you earn a reward of points or something else just by doing something awesome that people see you for. So keep that in mind. Which brings us to, since we didn't have school Monday, I didn't share these with you. Rule number 11, random acts of kindness. Surprise others by performing random acts of kindness. Go out of your way to do something surprisingly kind and generous for someone at least once a month. Man, wouldn't it be cool if we did that at least once a day? Surely all of us have a kindness in us that we can share it at least once a day with someone. There's 200 people at the school. Surely we can be kind in a surprising way at least once a day. You could even be kind at home. Rule 12. Probably more for our older students, but Rule 12 is all about grading papers. Sometimes we grade each other's papers. Maybe it's a math fact lesson or something like that. Your teachers will say, get out your checking pens, and they'll give you the answers, and it's your job to do the checking. When we grade other students' papers, you want to make sure that you don't give someone an incorrect grade. Whether it's higher or lower than they deserve, the amount of the grade differs from the actual grade. It's going to be deducted from your paper. We have to be honest and give each other the grades they deserve. The only marks that you're allowed to make on others' papers are an X or a check mark and the number that they got incorrect. Your teacher will give you guidance on exactly how to grade papers. Just remember, be honest and make sure that you're grading appropriately. We definitely don't want to ever say anything about anybody else's papers because we have to think back. How would we feel if someone was grading our paper? Rule 13, reading aloud. When we read together in class, you must follow along. Sometimes we use our pointer finger to help us. If I call on you or if your teacher calls on you, you must know exactly where we are and be ready to begin immediately. Oops. Rule 14. This one is a great rule and it's going to help you in everything you do in life. Rule 14. Answer all questions in complete sentences. This could be oral questions or if you're writing questions down. I bet your teachers have already talked to you about how to write a complete sentence when you're answering your question. Answer all questions with a complete sentence. For example, if the question asked, "What is the capital of Russia?" you should reply with, "The capital of Russia is Moscow." Also, in conversation with others, it's important to use complete sentences out of respect for the person's question. For example, if a person asks, "How are you?" instead of just responding by saying, "Fine," you should say, "I'm doing fine, thank you. How about yourself?" Remember the other day we learned that we should ask a question in return. And your last question, or your last rule for today is rewards, number 15. Sometimes throughout the year, I will give you rewards, or your teachers will give you rewards for good behavior, academic performance, and other acts of worthy praise. If you ever ask me for a reward, however, it will not be given. It is rude to ask if you are getting something for good behavior. You should be good and try your best because you are trying to better yourself, not because you're anticipating a reward. So do it because it's the right thing to do, and if you get caught being good and you get a reward, that's icing on the cake. Alrighty, so you might wonder why I have this teddy bear. The answer is because today is Teddy Bear Day. You would think Mrs. Hoff would have given me a Duma bear, but she found this one with a note that says Kaburi rocks. Way to go, Mrs. Hoff. All right, it says the origin of Teddy Bear Day. During the 1900s, President Theodore Roosevelt was in office as President of the United States. He was a hunter. While hunting in Mississippi in 1902, he refused to shoot a small bear. The Washington Post picked up on this story, and they made a cartoon of the event. Toy store owners Morris and Rose Mitchum wrote to President Roosevelt for permission to call their stuffed animals teddy bears. Teddy bears became wildly popular. Their company went on to become the Ideal Toy Company, one of the largest toy companies in the world. We found that the actual information about this special day, there is occasionally reference to Teddy Bear Day on February 22nd as well. I wonder if that's because so many people give them for Valentine's Day. We believe teddy bears are important to children, young and old, because they're comforting and they make us feel better. Sometimes even grown-ups like to have teddy bears, especially if they have a sign that says Kaburi rocks, right? Okay, so happy Teddy Bear Day to you. If you have a teddy bear or other stuffed animal at home, give it a snuggle. Since it's really cool outside, I can't think of anything better than snuggling with my teddy bear tonight when I get home. All right, it is also Wisecrack Wednesday, so here is your joke for today. What do you call a rich elf? Wealthy. All right, that's the only one I have today. Remember, if you have a joke you want me to read for Wisecrack Wednesday, you can write it down and give it to me at a time that's appropriate and approved by your teacher, and I will share it on the morning announcements next Wednesday. All right, I forgot my hat again. I've got to get this down. But today we have two very, very special birthdays to celebrate. First, happy birthday to Julianne Westall, and we'd also like to wish Emily Banta a very, very happy birthday today. Happy birthday, girls. Have a wonderful and wise Wednesday. Happy birthday and happy Teddy Bear Day.